Now we're going to talk about finding the average atomic mass. Now, the number on the bottom of the box on the periodic table is a weighted average because certain isotopes, which will have different masses, are more available on Earth than others. This availability is called percent abundance. Now, the basic formula is you take the mass of the isotope times the decimal form of the percent abundance, and that'll give you the mass part from the isotope. Now, the total average atomic mass will be in the atomic mass unit, AMU, and is simply the sum of all the parts. Now, do note that if the actual mass of the isotopes are not given, use the mass number as a rough mass, like the following example. So this example tells us that we have chlorine-35, and that particular isotope has 75.78% abundance on Earth. But chlorine-37 has a 24.22% abundance. So if they want to know the average atomic weight for chlorine, we have to take those percentages into account. So we have chlorine-35 and so for the mass of that, they didn't tell us anything special, so we're just going to use the mass number of 35. We're going to follow the formula, so now we've got to change the percent to decimal. Remember, you divide by 100, which moves the decimal to the left 2 places, so we'll have 0.7578. And 35 times 0.7578 comes out to 26.523 AMU on the calculator. And then we have chlorine-37. The mass number is 37, so we'll use that as our mass. We again divide the percent by 100 to move the decimal to 0.2422. And when we multiply those two in the calculator, we get 8.9614 AMU. So to get the total, we simply add these up, and that comes out to 35.484 AMU. Now, when we look at this particular element and we check it on the periodic table, we can see that it's definitely less than argon, and it's pretty close to chlorine. It's off in the hundredths position, and that's just off a little bit from where we didn't have an exact mass and we were just using the rounded mass number. But you can still definitely be able to check, yes, I did this right. And remember, you do need to do the work because there's going to be questions on your quizzes and your exams where I won't tell you what element it is, and you have to use your number that you find to figure out what element it actually is. So don't just cheat and look at the periodic table.